I live up on the hill here. I'm a local Ngāti Toa iwi member. Basically on the day that it happened, I was filming them from my balcony coming through the bay. We usually watch them flipping stingrays as they come through for supplemental feeding. We really want him back with his pod as soon as we can, which is why we're putting so much effort into the search and rescue part of it at the moment. For a lot of our people still, we do believe that whale are our tupuna. And for us here at Hongaweka and for Ngāti Toa, these guys are in here regularly. I've had them twice when I've been ocean swimming, when I've been diving, they'll pop up next to you. They've been a part of us and been around us ever since we've been here. The first night on the trailer, just weight bearing, it's pretty hard to keep his pectoral fins in a position where he's not getting damaged. So he did have some damage from the rocks on the right side, and Monday when we first put him in the water, it was pretty clear that he was still favouring that right side. He was basically going around in circles doing donuts, and you basically need to give him time to stretch out his back. As Ingrid says, it's basically whale yoga. Even a day out of the water can make their back seize up. The first day in the water, to be fair, he was pretty stiff. We did a lot of movement work with him, just trying to massage his back, just taking him up and down the seafront here to get him moving. And then we took him in here, we built the pen for him to secure him in here, and we got some electrolytes into him. And he was immediately perking up after that. So he had vomited up his mother's milk during the stranding, so he was low on energy and very low through that first night. But his progress in here, it's come on leaps and bounds. Every day he's so much better. He's vocalising much better. His equilibrium has come back, so he's not favouring that right side so much. And he's doing little dives under the water, and as you can see, we're having about 4 people in at a time with him. That's for a number of reasons. We're trying to protect him from nosing into the sides and maybe into the gates at the end too much. We're not a pod, we're not orca pod, but to have people in there that he knows are basically feeding him and keeping him safe. The psychology of it's pretty important to them, and this is a baby and they desperately need someone to rely on. We've been questioned, why aren't we releasing him out into the open water? If we'd have released him when we immediately found him again, his pod were gone and they were out of audible range. He needs to be in here in a supported environment where he's been cared for, where he's been fed regularly to keep his energy levels up, and just to make sure that he doesn't get beached again. We're pretty confident at the moment if we find the pod, we can release him. So from an iwi perspective, yeah, it's, we have that nurturing protective rod. We've got basically everyone on standby, including iwi members, should any eventuality come up.